And the narrative has basically become, okay, but when Neon comes back, we'll be playing the comps that we've been practicing, and everything will be fine. We'll go on a run, we won't lose a single other game, and we will qualify for Masters.
Listen, if
no pressure to the newcomer, Mitch.
If the Chinese Mega Awesome Super Esports Festival Cup was anything to go by, then Levitano.
Was that the correct name?
Yeah, definitely.
That tournament name was a mouthful.
They're going to be looking good here, but the Headhunter's already struck in this round. It's going to be hit over towards the B side. It blows. He's got the stopping power. More than just a light breeze. This guy knocks him flat. Now, KRU in shambles. With Infiltrator inside Hookah and nags it sheepishly, leaving back down B long. They are going to need to pivot.
Coincidentally, 4 shots left in that Headhunter, and 4 players on LEV left a lot. Well, 3.
How fortuitous.
Unfortunate. He can still get 3 kills, though.
Bro still has a bandit, so chill him.
Spike, though, who will be back on the Viper now that Neon is in the roster. Spike's intended role, actually, for this team. He'll have lurked down short. We'll get the 1, traded by Nags, but now rest of LEV on the rotate to clean up this round with ease.
Spike.
Nagtet's someone who we identified as being a real, he still got it, I think is the best way to put it. Like a real shooter in KRU's previous series. Unfortunately, that wasn't enough to get them out of the lower bracket. Still promising signs. Sato steps up. You will notice him looking to the crowd because I think he's signaling to Luke Show and Shaw sitting up there. So he's, I don't know if he's fully locked in yet, but he's enjoying himself out there.
Already on display from this round 1. This LEV team,
What the?
they have cracked out Gen Alpha players that are just going to never miss shots. I mean, this team is just 4 of the upcoming youngest players in the league, all with insane aim that were in Tier 2 in Brazil or in LATAM Challengers, and then King and Owner. And they are trying to guide them to the promised land.
KRU's not so different. I mean, that's the whole premise of the KRU Academy system, that Nagset would be joined by 4 of these young and upcoming players. A couple of them obviously have found their way into this roster. Then you throw Infiltrator and Governor in. But I wonder if LEV have, you know, we wondered, did they over-index in this youth? Did they go for like a really risky play with like a really young roster alongside King? But it's too early to say, I think. Obviously not where they want to find themselves in Kickoff so far, but KRU have already found themselves well and truly on this A site. That short wall from Viper. Sato, though, now freed up after dealing with Infiltrator.
While engaged in a 30-second minigame towards Showers, the rest of KRU just slowly walk down into the site, put down some smokes. Now, finally trying to get the spike down? I mean, they are really expecting some aggression to come out from LEV, or trying to bait someone into doing something here. I mean, they could have landed this spike rounds ago.
They're out of util, that's the problem. I think they realized that and they were hoping to draw Levitan out of position, but we never got a spike plant in the end. And like, there is a lot of that cringe post-plant capacity to this setup, but for whatever reason, KRU can never actually get in there and find an early plant.
Yeah, we're just hoping they would tap and then someone would do something, reveal themselves, but no.
The Showers
did not happen.
I think if Sato winning Showers could have been the issue there.
1 enemy remaining.
Nice shots from King. All right, well, round 3. First buy round for this KRU team. Let's see what they've got in store for us. First time on this map for them in Kickoff.
It's honestly a weird map pool for KRU, considering what they've mostly been trying to play. Abyss, Pearl, and Breeze. Only one of those actually finds itself in this series, and it was floated. So what are they picking Split for? That's something to look forward to in the second map.
Yeah, and LEV have gone back to the bind pick, which they picked into 100 Thieves and then lost. So. But of course, they didn't have Neon then, and all hopes for this team riding on him, it feels like.
And if you want to look at a team who are really bought into the Yoru Waylay comps on as many maps as they can be, it is these guys. Owner really has them trying to drill down on this comp. Pearl, they go the Chamber instead, but outside of that, yeah.
Wanted to make some use of that refract, was MTA, so he jumped in for info. Opposite side of the map again, Sato is just fighting 1v1s towards Shower, gets the kill. After KRU had made some noise over on that B side, they feel like it's time to get on over to short, try and work into this site. No wall up, just straight contact right now.
Infiltrator got healed up, but it's still a one-shot to this Outlaw now. The rest of KRU, though, with full armor.
Oh, and there they are, baiting out some of the util with the tap first. Molly gone from King. Now they can try to stick the second time, but it looks like they have intentions of trying to find a kill first, do something proactive to even up the numbers.
It's dangerous, but Neon still needs 2 shots to take any of those down, and he actually misses both of them. 19 seconds. Where's the plant going to be? I think KRU realize they've got to go for it now. Sato has a saturate. That's something that could interact with them effectively here, but he goes down. Poison Orb in the way. MTA's also been able to deal with blows. That's pretty close up on that A site. Now Neon as well, not with the best weapon for the situation, has to consider the Sheriff, but now it's him and Spike V3.
Spike pretty far away, just arriving at the scene. Looks like Neon wants to try and throw a flashbang, but he's going to throw it for Spike to get into Lamps.
I don't think there's much to find here, Wyatt. Not the bonus round that Leviathan are looking for. Another kill or so. I might have been a bit happy about it. Neon looking for something now on the exit. So he'll be buying. Yeah, I guess absolutely nothing. KRU plays safe. This time a slightly quicker plant. They respect the stall util that gets thrown up by Leviathan, but still, job done.
I do want to see what happened with the kills that they actually got there on the replay. It might have just been straight up spam through the smokes.
Perhaps a one towards triple was.
Well, that was the Sato minigame part 2.
Yep.
Spam for the first, and then King just kind of they're trying to retrieve the gun because he just had the Sheriff.
Good composure, nice. Keep it calm.
They are calm. They are composed. Neon is picking up the operator now after that last round with the Outlaw. Wasn't hitting a lot of shots, so maybe he can heat up here.
Yeah, did hit the first shot, but obviously it was a fully armored target that got healed up by Sky.
Toxins going up.
What is the move? Neon is pushed down short with that off. In the meantime, Snakebite, Smoke, KRU want to take that control of Octagon.
Up against the Chamber, so Chamber does have to put himself on the line. Doesn't have a free way to do that.
Yeah, Neon is forced away just because of that wall going up.
Now Neon has to decide if he actually really wants to be here at B, while the rest of his team actually make it very obvious they've made a rotation. That makes sense. There's info to be gained there for Sato as he goes around the world.
Yeah, I mean, pretty funny play to double TP, and it's a clone, and then Sato just going all the way back to A. But yeah, now Neon is able to post up on that B side, sends his gate crash all the way over towards A heaven, as KRU very slow to just wander their way back to the B side where they have control of Octagon, and Neon is posted up in the right area of the map. Will they get an opportunity to get a shot off though before MTA just dashes right in?
Oh, unlucky timing. Neon gets out without the weapon in hand, but this spot has been very good for blows so far. And he delivers another nice little 2-piece. Yeah, he's low, but this swing off for Neon is a free kill virtually. Oh, Nagzet pinned to the wall with that one. Neon is online.
Starting to feel it with that second shot. See a bit of the confidence on his face there too when he hit it. KRU are definitely struggling getting into this B side at the moment. He called it, but it's this spot for blows, just waiting in the smoke, and then as soon as the timing is right and there's action being taken and attention from KRU being drawn elsewhere, he just pops out, gets another couple easy kills.
Of consequences, games that really mattered, and I think it still matters. The stakes are still high. KRU got a bit of catching up to do here on Bind, though.
Different rosters aside from Nags and King, with a lot of history against each other.
And they have the same role in their respective rosters, too. Shepherding the next generation.
Both trying to make that lower bracket run to be able to compete on home soil at Masters. MTA is in very quickly, right into the backside. Oh my god, Spike gets that wall saturated.
The 1B?
Sure.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you get close to the Phantom.
He's kind of just like that.
Either way, this is, again, KRU being really slowed up. What does the next wave of their util look like? They're honestly down to very little. Would love to close the gap for players like Governor, Infiltrator, who can only play off the Headhunter here.
You really just hate to take a duel against any player on LEV. That's sort of the roster that they've got.
Yeah.
It feels like a team that if you catch them on the right day or wrong day, depending on your point of view, you could just get steamrolled by virtue of never winning a single aim fight the entire time.
Infiltrator is doing all the right things here, looking for these openings without exposing himself over much. But there's nothing there to be found. This Leviathan roster feels like they've just got a bunch of primarily duelists on the roster. It's like taking 5 strikers and trying to turn them into the world's best soccer team, right?
Yes.
Definitely an anime plot.
That's the plot of Blue Lock. I know a lot about it.
Let's go, dude.
You definitely didn't just tell me that earlier. All right, LEV are just right back in on this.
You could have got so much street cred, man, if you just gone with it. I wouldn't have said anything, dude.
Too honest. Well, maybe Infiltrator can get something done on shore? Probably not.
No.
Probably not. In fact, they're just going to let him live. Or no.
Now he's busy infiltrating the inside of his eyelids.
Unfortunate for him. Yeah, that's just way too easy for Lev on that quick little flood slash retake. Ooh. And yeah, it all started there where MTA had a nice dash right into the brim smoke, instant saturate, placed well, but Spike is just a little bit too good.
Yep. I believe the internal canine is becoming more external as the game continues.
Well, we have the buy for KRU now, and Infiltrator has picked up the AWP for the chamber on attack. And Lev have no hesitation against that. They are going right in.
Pro takes a shot, then throws the saturate. I don't think there was any follow-up on the position there of the Sky, of Governor. But he was definitely impacted by that deployable.
Oh, for a second, I thought Neon might have done something insane. He was still in that smoke by Market, but does teleport back to B.
A re-clear of shower here.
Yeah, is that? No, not going to see Infiltrator.
So. He's just going to walk up. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, dude. So, behind the ring clear of the Prowler, Sato opts to walk up onto the line.
Yeah, just with that Prowler not actually spotting Infiltrator, and they don't know that there was an AWP. That was pretty free for him.
Yep.
So KRU, who have been struggling in the first kill department in the last few rounds, do have an opportunity now to get a second round on the board, moving back towards this A side, playing into the site off of the secret. This high call is going to cause some serious issues.
Well, that's here for MTA, and Saturate got there. Hard fights to lose. Those ones aren't they? It's Infiltrator seeing Spike come through the TP and found him with a Headhunter.
30 seconds left.
It's up to King, who is simply trying to ferry the AWP to safety. The transporter himself.
Neon tried to take a little timing out of heaven there as well. KRU really, they're having problems planting the spike on this A side.
Slight mechanical.
Even with
mechanical
jitter,
dead,
they are having problems with that. But now Neon tried to take that time and got caught as well. That's good awareness from Infiltrator. He's really impressed me on this little mini KRU run where him and Governor have been taking a break from Winthrop to commit to this team, trying to make it happen during kickoff. And I definitely think he's put himself on the map with what he's shown so far. Like I'm sure he was a consideration for some teams. There must have been some coaches and GMs looking at that guy coming into this year, but I think he's definitely solidifying for himself that he's got a future in the league ahead of him.
Yeah, with that, we had a bit of turnover, I want to say, like more seasoned talent, and maybe just some prospects that didn't work out this year. So there were plenty of coaches and teams that went to the well of challengers, but I want to suggest that, you know, teams like MIBR and NRG really led the way in this regard and helped everyone wake up last year just to how much talent there is in Tier 2 in Americas. And then I feel like the year before that, that was when people realized how much talent there is in, you know, LATAM and Brazil to bring out from Tier 2. We're still seeing that with these two rosters now.
So AWP being purchased again for Neon. See where he ends up posting up. Ultimate's going to be in play here as well. Spike, Sato, Benji, they're all just one orb away, down short of the intentions from Neon. Lev hoping to maybe funnel someone into him by making an aggro play right out of B. You don't want to go there. Look at how many players we have. You just want to go walk down short.
We're rattling our sabers at you menacingly. But there's been these early pops from Leviathan last couple rounds now. One in up short A, that one obviously towards that hookah and ramp direction. So some good early info for Leviathan, but they're still sitting on the weaker side towards A. KRU starting to circle. Blows is on his way over. This might be a slightly awkward position. Note, of course, the gate crash in vent for Neon. There it is. Easy pick. Infiltrator shows himself. Now Leviathan play that sort of post plant, that retake scenario with a player advantage.
I mean, look at the minimap right now for KRU. This is crazy. They have dragged everyone from Lev over towards this A side. Now they're going back as one player teleports away. And MTA is able to get out of there. So the B hit is on, but Lev are so fast to get in here. The pace from KRU doesn't seem like it was enough.
Mike's going to get busy. It was a refractor, I think, from Sato. He's going to be a little bit later getting here by the looks of things. It was a refracting in Swarm. Either way, here's a Viper's Pit now as MTA keeps his eyes trained on that elbow direction, and Sato is just obscured by the Viper's Pit. Orbital strike thrown down. Obviously, now this one from KRU is going to make it hard to get into the site whatsoever. 9 seconds left in the round. There's going to be a part at some point. Nagzed would have been the one, but he's brought down. King and blows. get there before KRU can actually make something happen. KRU are just too slow in some of these rounds.
Yeah, it really was just the lack of pace. They actually had the right idea there. They were set up for a nice little foray into that B side, dragging all of the rotates to A. But it was just a few seconds, it felt, of hesitation getting in that allowed the LEV rotates to get back. Sato goes all the way through elbow. And LEV, they're just throwing playmakers at them. Just keep sending in these demonic children that they have on their team to just go make plays, man.
There's like 5 chuckles out there. Or like the baby zombies from Minecraft. You know, the ones that run really fast at you. Yeah. All right. The Trailblazer up B long. This time to early pop from Leviathan. Respecting maybe the better weapons at KRU at the disposal now.
All right, so KRU are able to take some control of Octagon. This is a similar setup to LEV that we've seen them have. Just completely brick wall KRU on the B hits. Pay attention to blows here.
MTA was trying to pre-aim that spot from blows. He knew he'd be sat there, but Sato's the one that swings out. Well, at least KRU being faster about it this time. Unfortunately, that spike is on the wrong side of that doorway. Benji now with a Sky Smoke on top of him has to puzzle away to retrieve it.
Yeah, all of LEV making their way over towards this B side, save for Spike, who's just watching for the potential of a long A lurk. And really, so long as LEV just don't give anything away here and play with discipline, KRU have 0 options, and this round is good as done.
You're going to see in the next 5 to 10 seconds the decision about whether they go for it or not be decided. I think this orb take tells you everything you need to hear, especially with a molly thrown in front of Octagon to bleed the clock further.
Yeah, at this point it is just going to be a save from KRU,
10
and
seconds
have
left.
to respect that play from them. It would be genuinely hopeless if they tried to jump out into this site right now. They know there's no chance.
It's a deflating round though for KRU. I mean, they finally get those guns back to hand. Want to try and, like, they're just playing in behind the Trailblazer. It's not overly intricate, I think, on that B side of the map, but they definitely feel like they've got something going, but it's that same spot. It's that B side container and this spot that Blows is playing from. This is half the issue there as well. Yeah, look at the C's, man.
Yeah, that's so good. MTA
tries to
dashed in
dash
and then,
out.
yeah, just dragged right back into the smoke. Yeah, Blows there not getting kills as he did on the previous rounds, but that C's just as impactful, setting up for free ones for the site anchors.
Sato just illustrating, yeah, his head went that way and his legs went that way.
Sato with an ult in this round, by the way. Still the op from Neon.
And here's a push-up.
Active. They are active. Both extremities. They're pushed up into shower with Sato. Neon pushed all the way down B long.
Sato going for it. It's hard to get confirmation on whether that saturate hits, but Sato knows he's advantage there against Infiltrator. Oh man, King is locking it down here at the A side. Governor trying to be cute about it. Does find some success in that engagement, but he's knocked to 85. And there's only him and Nagzet left with it all to do.
Yeah, that was awkward. It looked like the player flashed up. Nags tries for a little bit of pre-fire, but oh, it's
I am two-dimensional presently.
Neon.
I am Paper Mario. That is a flattening round.
It is just what I mean. I don't know what you can do against LEV sometimes, man. I mean, I do think if this team reaches their peak potential, that is scary. That's frightening.
I feel like it's...
And that fright scales the older you are.
Like the older you get, the more scarier it gets?
Yes.
But then Nagzet is feeling like he's positively 200. Yeah, rough round. It does feel like LEV resembles Sentinels in that same desire to like go pretty heavy into the youth and maybe take a step back briefly to raise their ceiling much higher, potentially. Have that clean slate.
Look at all these aggro plays that LEV are just throwing at KRU, like these fake TPs. That time going through with the off and then teleporting back to B. They're everywhere. And then Sato just picks up right back into a deep line on Showers. He's ready to fight, sure, why not?
MTA. Pico. I mean, the fundamentals aren't there in that kind of situation. Blows and Spikes are waiting for that. They're double stacked, and it's supposed to be a double swing for KRU that just ends up being 2 players fed into the wood chipper.
Yeah, it is just free. I mean, unfortunately, look, we are looking at this crew team that still only have had a couple weeks to play together.
Yeah.
You're not going to get around to refining your entire map pool. It's just not possible. They have won some maps already, and they've looked good on, like, for instance, like Abyss, like the last map in this pool, right? But how much can you realistically work on? So this is a situation where it does feel like they've had to leave this one in the pool, haven't been able to play it all that much, and they're suffering the consequences of it, right?
And LEV got to play in the Chinese Esports Festival Super Champions Cup in the offseason. Did I get that right?
Oh, it's unbelievable that you can remember the name of that tournament.
That's so sick.
It's unbelievable.
That is so sick. But again, I mean, two very different experiences at the start of the season for these squads. Infiltrator and Benji now. 11 seconds remain. I didn't write that down, bro. You mad?
Let me double check.
Oh, okay, yeah. Only confirmation. Chat, how'd I do?
Actually, you were right. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, let's see if Benji and Infiltrator could make a miracle happen here.
Mental drift obviously in effect allows them to stick out Benji pretty quickly, and now the game is to snuff out Infiltrator. 3 on the round for King. Leviathan making short work of this crew outfit here in our first half.
King has also just been kind of casually putting up some numbers in this game. Now at 12 and 3, has another orbital strike. Yeah,
we only see it from one POV there, but
yeah, it's not great. I mean, if they were going into one player, the jump is fine to break the crosshair, but yeah, it's just Spike being ready to help. What? I miss Sato's energy.
Yeah, I hear a lot more Portuguese from the boy at the moment, which is great. He's very animated. All right, couple of rounds left in this first half. Leviathan have been staunch defenders of both these sides. And you can always bank on some kind of early aggression now. This is a carbon copy of, I think, one of the first gun rounds, maybe around 5 we saw from these guys, with Neon positioned close up here in short looking for Infiltrator. And, well, I think that is pretty self-explanatory, folks.
Just too fast. I will say, I definitely want to give LEV credit for how much they are mixing up these opening round setups and just moving this Neon op all over the map, constantly repositioning to the ideal sightlines.
All right, off we go. C's also an issue, man! It's too much. Blows catching him out every single time. Orbital strike there, intended for Hookah, which is going to force Crew away. And once again, the spike is on the wrong side of that lanced strike.
And a familiar position for Crew to be in, sadly, where they have to retrieve that spike, which has been dropped right into the middle of the site. Might just be another situation where they have to save, much like the last.
I mean, these seasons have been so on point for Blows. As soon as he feels like there's a timing where they're going to see some melee action, it gets deployed. MTR, the only player, and surprisingly not punished for this, by the way, the only player can obviously hit the sides with that quickness because they're not sitting on a Yoru setup. They can't sort of TP forward or do anything like that. And he's trying to dash into a Sky Smoke on the side, like we've seen from many teams on this map. He's getting nowhere.
10 seconds
effortlessly
left.
being shut down by the Fade.
Got to say as well, this is just going to be an insane confidence boost to LEV. That they get their starter back and they're just frying the other team immediately.
This is resembling
This is dangerous, potentially. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this is like the makings of a dangerous run right now. Seriously, this is the birthplace of a dangerous lower bracket run. It has all the makings of it. You have we didn't have our starting 5 cope into he comes back, and then you start playing in God mode right away. That's
is it winner
insane
here?
Confidence boost.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about the other teams that are floating around here as well, there's some dangerous rosters. I do think EG can be pretty scary, not to mention any other teams that might fall down.
Envy and Sen are waiting later in the bracket.
Yeah.
But again, getting ahead of ourselves just because this map is clearly not one in Crew's pool, and LEV are just totally different tier. But
yeah, I mean, setting expectations.
I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Yeah, this is definitely not a map where Crew look like they have clearly drilled protocols. Expect the next map to look differently. Man, MTA shows just a pixel.
Yeah, Neon is just way too swift on these reaction shots.
Yeah.
If you peek into
the guy
this angle, you are gone.
He is on the information superhighway. It's all happening too quick for Crew to deal with right now. They're going to go for it somehow. There's going to be stall util in their way, even yet. And Neon's going to be able to catch Infiltrator out. That one was obviously at the top of Hookah. They're on site. They've got a plant.
If Benji could get a kill, we'll have the orbital strike. That's a potential win con, but this conversion path from Sato will probably be enough to lock up the round.
Nags is going to be in trouble in that corner, but Sato is not actually going to check it. Nags can actually shrug this hindrance off and go for it. They have not looked in this corner. Blows out of the game. Sato revealed to Nags it. Easy kills, but now King has a chance to avenge him. Nicely done by Nags though. He wants to get close. He knows he's done a decent amount of damage, but Neon also presents a clock for him. That is sick from Nags. Unreal.
Yeah, that's nice from Nags. And just a little mistake there from perhaps an overconfident LEV, just trying to get right back into the site, not clearing a corner that's standard to clear. And because of that, Nags gets some free kills. Oh, man, sick shot from Neon. But
yeah, just a bit of elbow, about as early as it possibly could have been.
Ooh, that was a good kill from Neon.
One enemy remaining.
All right, so KRU, they're able to claw one back at the final moment. Maybe get a pistol round, get things rolling on the second half. We'll have to see.
Yeah, maybe at least a staging ground to build something off of, folks, but it's a tough one. Leviathan will be a challenging matchup. Onura, of course, and the rest of Leviathan, I mean, that's a veteran coach behind a veteran IGL. It's tough to get through, but it starts here in the second half of Bind.
At least they get that last round where you actually then do believe, wait, if we win the pistol, we can't get back into this game. There's a big emotional difference when you end the half at the 2 versus the 3 count on the round wins. Let's see if KRU can make it happen over on A. Infiltrator posted up pretty good. Obviously a standout player for the team. Some info gained off that Trailblazer. Sato collects the orb.
Yeah, that Trailblazer seeing 2 players there in showers. Undoubtedly looking to draw the sky away from the B side of the map for KRU. And LEV just accounting for this are already thinking a bit more now about B. They've got no purchase in hookah yet. They might need to double face this.
This LEV team, they are patient right now on attack. They're playing very spread across the map, not overcommitting to any particular fight or area. Just trying to pressure out some of this utility, which is definitely a net positive for the late round hit, not having to deal with potential snake bites coming through.
And there's there's a consideration to drift back because hookah gets given up there by Nagset because of the horn. And let's say, I bet you they're leaving A. Let's check it out.
Damage from Infiltrator. Oh, what a shot from Neon.
18
years might be the real
and 2
deal.
days old and striking fear into the hearts of anybody who's not wearing his colors. There goes Benji down in a screaming heap. King able to make short work of the remainers of KRU. And yeah, this pistol round is, well, it's pretty open and shut case unless we see something truly incredible.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, these guys are feeling it. I mean, just straight up stat padding at that point from King. I don't blame him. He is quietly just been racking up kills throughout this entire map so far. Nags just praying that one of those pre-fires will hit something. Surely.
I think there's also a sense of like, well, I need to look like I'm trying to, win this round at least. I've got to get out there and have a crack at it. But you do walk into that feeling like your odds are pretty low. It can be crushing. Nicely done by Leviathan. They worked the map really well off tiny bits of info. The Trailblazer sees 2. They force the player out of hookah with the horn.
Yeah, get some util out. And King just says, I'm stopping. I'm going forward, buddy.
That opening shot, though, from Neon was really nice. So it was government trying to hold it down.
That was crazy. That was ridiculous. All right, basically full save for KRU. Okay, now definitely a full save. Nags doesn't even want to get the bandit.
No, you might have kept track of just how many timeouts KRU have left. Is there a consideration to make use of one soon?
Don't know. Oh, well, yes. I mean, I'll tell you, they got one. Yes.
Okay. This time they got that shower control. Neon almost getting a freebie. Look at the push-up coming out of the smoke. Good flash, catches on a 3, and the ensuing fight favors KRU. Sato, though, sharp shooting and beautiful transfers to take 3.
Just the human highlight reel back at it. That one, honestly, probably not good enough, though, for the montage. They might hit the cutting room floor in post, but that was a light Sato moment.
That diet Sato.
Infiltrator's working his way towards elbow. This could be a good position if LEV don't expect the rotate to have come this quickly.
6 in the headhunter.
Only needs 3.
He's going to hear all of this. You feel Sato. Yep.
Yeah, they just weren't expecting the speed on that rotate.
Now, though, walking into a pretty easily assembled crossfire. And Neon doesn't even wait for Spikes to get in position. He'll line it up, and that takes Leviathan to 11. And some decent weapons to carry into the bonus. Guardian and Outlaw. See how that fares.
Fair attempt there from Crew with the pop-out flash, but yeah, it's tough to kill the Waylay, even when she's blind when you're doing that.
Yeah, Sato full flashed and double dashing away. That's nice. Yeah, very good intuition. you guys can insert the vocals there, I think.
All right, Infiltrator going, trying to post up a little bit more aggro and spam through, gets caught by Neon.
This is a gun round. This is a rifle round from Crew.
Oh, no.
And that kind of kill is actually pretty absurd.
Yeah, Neon is just doing whatever he pleases right now. It's mostly just getting kills constantly.
There is something about getting onto the VCT stage and putting up this kind of performance immediately. Guy clearly has been very, very ready.
Yeah, this LEV team, I said it before, but man, they are going to be so dangerous. Just again, in that if you catch them on the wrong day where everyone is on point, who are you supposed to kill? Who are you supposed to fight on their team?
Like, Sato is just not bothered by these.
The fact that you get to move Spike onto as your Viper and have that level of firepower in the role is crazy. Well, it's nice from MTA, playing close, and Nags picks up another. Swinging out, that's a good little hold.
MTA just sprays, I think, the Viper Wall off the side of the flash popping there. And then the Viper Wall comes straight down with the departure of Spike. The Crew here can establish a foothold. I will be honest, it is with the claws on the very edge of the cliff, but
10 seconds
they are
left.
still in this game. This round wasn't starting in a great fashion. Neon found a random shorty killer mid. Flashed out the King. That'll be Crew with 4 rounds on the board. We mentioned this already. Doesn't feel like this is really a map that's part of Crew's pool. When you have to cobble a team together at short notice, you do not have a chance to have a deep playbook for all of these possible maps. So you should have some level of confidence about heading into Split, even if, this is a big even if, we haven't seen them play it yet.
Yeah, interesting pick for them coming up next. A map that I think they were banning and didn't play it, if I remember correctly, but yeah, at the very least, we're not playing it. Now I've decided to pick it into LEV, who did lose on the map, so I may be feeling like
they're 0-2, I think, on Split, yeah.
Alright, this is just fast with the conversion pass. Sato all the way in, but Infiltrator's got the back of his teammate, Benji, going to LEV.
So the combat sim, they are chilling outside of Shower. At some point, Neon has to try and break this apart. Kings have been able to find 2 kills here. There's something brewing. Infiltrator! Oh, he was done either way. Between a rock and a hard place as the orbital strike came in, and Neon finally is able to chime on in from Shower. Leaving Governor stranded. Trying to walk out with his Odin, dragging his Keister onto the side. Neon will be waiting here as well for a very nasty little crossfire. And there it is, Blows just does not want to wait any longer. Map point here for Leviathan.
Watching Neon right now, it reminds me of the story of that scrim where Scream was playing and killing everyone, and then they didn't realize that he actually had invincibility on the whole time during the scrim.
Wait,
it feels like that.
You're trying to
He's
tell
just
me.
unkillable.
Are you trying?
He's just.
Who does that look worse on? The players that didn't realize he was invincible, or the player that was invincible and didn't realize it?
He just thought he was him, man.
That level of self-belief I aspire to. As a middle-aged white guy, I don't know. I thought I had it already unlocked, but that's another level, dude. Oh my God.
Gonna fall back here.
All right, man.
Okay, well, you know, Crew, they're trying to go for the aggro play, but unfortunately they need all of the LEV players with a similar idea to just triple face onto Shower. And they do, in fact, get boomed. This might be all she wrote.
Yeah, there's really not much to do with this round now. You've lost both your players inside Shower. Governor is functionally trapped inside this TP room. He might be able to walk out, but then what? It's a very grim landscape that'll be waiting for him.
Yeah, Nags just feeling like someone has to make a play. Why not me? Can't blame him, but...
We've seen 12-4s, 12-5s so far here in the kickoff. None of them have looked probably as one-sided as this one. This is feeling like a mismatch.
Honestly, I mean this in the most respectful way possible, but I think people would be surprised that we haven't seen a game like this with KRU yet. They've actually been way more impressive than we would have assumed. But like we're saying, this is kind of just an inevitability because they have had only a couple weeks to play together. There's no way their map pool is going to be fleshed out.
It's just I thought they'd run into a game like this early rather than later, right? Against like, in those higher to middle brackets, but
yeah. So hey, get it out the way here, burst, dust yourselves off, get back for map 2, the actual pick, and we might be seeing a totally different KRU because we have seen that these guys, despite being just a cobbled together sub-roster with LEV Academy and Winthrop, that they have been able to take maps off of legit America's teams in both their other series.
Yeah,
so.
and also Abyss is the floated map, right? Which is one of the ones that KRU have actually been able to find success on.
Yeah, so the rest of this series could look very different. They can absolutely start playing it way closer. But Bind, just not their map. All good. GG. Time to go next.
And before you accuse us of coping about the map pool, well, you're kind of right, but there is at least some precedent to give us hope that KRU, if they get us to that third map at least, to make a bit of a game of it here. All right, thanks, Neon. Put us out of our misery here.
I'll give you another takeaway, though.
Okay.
Neon, well, he's definitely good.
Yeah.
if you haven't seen him before, now you know. Pace, being more decisive. We didn't see enough of that from them on Bind. There were rounds where they were making the right decisions, getting to the right sites, but they just weren't actually playing with that explosivity they needed to be. It's all on the line for them right now, and I want to see them just lock in as far as, you know, playing with no fear in those moments, like just making the decision and going for it.
The Prowler does not see Neon. It runs into Sato, who quickly just refracts away.
King does see that a gate crash has passed him by already with the paranoia to delay. A little nade for default as well, but KRU kept at bay for now. They do drag a ton of rotates, and look at this.
Look at the inserts! They're not ready! Governor, some fancy footwork to get him out. Shoots the clone straight away, able to turn it. Doesn't see damage done as far as Neon's concerned. He's happy to back up.
At the same time, Nags had worked his way all the way through A, so KRU wanted to get over towards this side of the map, but Nags is spotted now. Yeah, spotted, but it's dragging the rotates from left towards A because surely KRU are just going to go to A to meet up with Nags, right? But no, they're outside B, and it looks like they're not being super decisive. But it's okay. But it's okay. They're going into the B site. It took a second.
Yeah. King slows it in. No, he can't. He's out of util. Cannot be slowing this down at all now. Sato, no saturate
30 seconds
for the
left.
waylay.
It's all right, guys. They're not there.
Well, they got
You're safe. You're safe.
You never know.
Plant that spike. Basically, zero util for LEV. They have a pawn. That's it. Well, I like this. They want to fight for a pick.
Yeah, I like this. No Sato playing off the King.
Spike planted.
At least go 1-for-1 here. Or not. Nicely done by KRU. That is very well put together. But it is Neon. He's on for 3. And it's Benji's solo at least. Spike's already planted, but there it is. Speaking of which, its namesake whips around a corner for his finisher.
Yeah, what can you do against Neon, though? I mean, I like that maneuver from KRU. They were able to get back into the open site, and then being a man down, they push for something active to find kills, get the advantage. That's all great, but Neon is just a phenom player.
This is just a bunch of zoomers, bro. I don't know what to tell
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
He's like, Ona's got the button-up shirt. It looks like, yeah, what'd you say, youth soccer team?
That's what the LEV, it looks like they have soccer kits on.
What's going on?
The youth, yeah. Ona's out there with the youth league team.
The kids are all right, I guess. Okay, despite me feeling like I'm aging more and more rapidly with every second of this game I see, Leviathan, keeping it fresh. Neon's going to be able to get out with the gate crash now. Some degree of heaven control will be contested.
Personally, I did like your comparison with the little Minecraft zombies running around. It does feel like that.
Oh my god, it's just a bunch of ankle biters that have been given AKs.
Maybe like the kids and weapons just running around.
There's a bunch of Chucky dolls, bro. Yeah.
There's plenty of comparisons we can make, but this LEV team are scary, man. They are scary. All right, last 2 players from KRU, seeing if they can take on Spike and
nice.
the jump shot, sure.
Slip through, simply into another layer of the trap. Leviathan had set up. Pistol rounds, few and far between for KRU in this game. Leviathan here, confident. This definitely feels like another day at the office.
Except it's not been another day at the office.
Considering
It's
that
actually the first day at the office.
considering for these guys, it could be a labour law violation. no way I'm sending them to a cubicle.
All right, Crew on the full buy. Money isn't there yet to get the operator, but when you're playing against Lev and Neon, you have to be aware the second that is going to be used. They definitely know that there's an outlaw on the other side, though, and so they've got a lot of full armors to make sure they don't get one shot.
Prowler doesn't see anyone close up mid, so Crew starting to feel a bit more confident, but I wonder how much longer that'll be the case for. Spike playing around this poison orb inside the nebula, need to step up and somehow misses those shots going past him. He's not within optimal range quite yet, though. But he is able to transition over to ropes and get a snake bite down to stop any further progress. Now King's pushed up with a judge.
They'll be cleared by the Prowler, though. They should be able to deal with King if they just use enough util. Yeah, he's got to get out of there.
They're getting so much early util out of Crew.
In the meantime, Nags has just been kind of containing.
Is Onuru coaching both teams?
Crew are taking this quite slow. They want to get back to Nags, hoping that using that util, taking B main would have drawn some attention, but Lev have really had no desire to make any significant movements around the map. They do have the Gate Crash all the way over at B, so it's not like Neon needs to do anything. You can just stay posted up. Not able to connect that shot, does have to retreat, so this is going to be blows over on A.
Well, don't think they're going far for the time being, are they? So, C's wears off. The util for blows has been too good, man. Like, absolutely spot on. It is a site take for Crew. They are in there without losing health.
But they're very in the site. They have no control of the map elsewhere, which is going to make this really dangerous. Now, that being said, Lev, they do need to close the distance with the shotguns. They have the Bucky and that Judge.
It's these 3 players off of A main. I think that's going to be the problematic part. Saturate catches. Daxon only needed 1 shot. Apparently, that's the Guardian for you. Gov. Trying to keep it clean here with some of the shorter peaks, but will be one out by blows. Time now starting to become an issue. Spike, though, is going to get involved with his outlaw, but Infiltrator emerges from the corner. Ghost? Not to be. Infiltrator finally, in a meaningful way, gets onto the kill feed.
That is super dangerous for Crew, just having no map control. They're going to get swarmed by Lev, but the better guns do end up winning that out. Wow, Nags hindered, by the way. I mean, yeah, lucky to get that shot. I mean, obviously, Crosshair was well placed, but one chance when you're hindered like that with a Guardian, just one shot you can get off, so.
Good job.
And Governor early in that first map. Hopefully talking up the composure the Crew would have needed to have, especially against a team that's going to play so flagrantly in your face, so aggressively.
I mean, the problem is, though, Crew losing all of those guns they can't actually buy on this round, so it will be in the hands of Infiltrator to do something of significance with that 1 rifle. Neon with the Outlaw again, knowing that Crew's economy is in a terrible spot, so they can just go for 1-shot kills with that.
Very well apportioned in this round. Early Prowler take. Sato backs up. So once more, so those first few layers of util being drawn out of Crew already and straight into the grinder. Neon waits on Governor. This is going to be a flood though on this A side, and some pressure will be on the Oru here. The rest of the side's smoked out, so Neon has to do much of this himself, and MTA eventually is going to be able to take him to task with the Classic.
Spike will go down. Nags has that rifle almost still line up.
MTA gets that Outlaw to hand now. Paranoia will actually catch onto Benji, though.
Spike 1-shottable, only 125 HP.
Shows himself, blows actually going down to Benji! What is this off the Sheriff? Spike steps up and gets rid of him, but he's got to be careful. 125 against the Outlaw. It's a dangerous game to play. But MTA's down to half. He's trying to get on out. Spike wants to take the challenge, but is dinked as he rounds the corner. Still has a couple of seconds. The regen shields might be worth their weight in gold here, but MTA will bring him down.
What a play from Benji. Just wins the 1v2, close range with the Sheriff. It's nice from him. A little quiet today, but has definitely been able to make a name for himself over the last couple games that Crew have played. That was a great first shot. And just that super wide swing threw off the aim completely.
Just the staggered steps between those last 3 shots of the Sheriff. Hard to hit.
That was well played. And now Crew have sent Lev onto the eco. All right, they're right back in the game, honestly. Right back in the game. Though I imagine LEV are a pretty dangerous team on eco rounds when they have sheriffs. I would take a guess. Kind of scary. All right, well, Spike is getting adventurous and goes down straight away. Neon has committed a dimensional drift to run all the way through sewer on this round with the Bucky. No opportunity to get a kill. Will owner be pleased with how this round is playing out early?
Toxins going up.
Yeah, with half armor just like dry swinging mid into this round from KRU is interesting. Anyway, we take some B garage control.
Yeah, only King to deal with on the site.
Counter quasi one way.
He's got the bandit, but he's got no friends, no help, no armor, no paranoia. So he will be in trouble.
Dig down instantly. Infiltrator took him to task with nothing but a classic. And the showstopper will be simply a deterrent. So you've got Sheriff, Bucky, and Sato with nothing but 2 legs and a pulse.
Looks like LEV are just ready to kill someone that goes into spawn. They have a nice little setup going. But I don't think that is going to happen. Feels like LEV may be getting a little bit overconfident in this round to some extent. I mean, the play with the dimensional drift early was kind of nuts to just send that on
it's like,
basically a pure eco with the Bucky to try to get a kill.
I have to imagine he was maybe hoping to catch a rotate or players like coming to A via sewer. Yeah, I think he ended up clearing a piece of YouTube, shooting at something there.
All right, well, tiniest bit of damage into the next buy round. Few ultimates for KRU. They've got a chance to keep this momentum going. Yeah, Infiltrator gets this kill, and then they're just slowly losing.
One enemy remaining.
W gun, bro. W gun.
W gun, indeed. Infiltrator up to 6 and 3.
That's the
pretty
exact
reserved.
reaction I expected. Yeah, it was more reserved.
Again, I think the shenanigans occurred much earlier in the round than the last moments. Okay, so a bit more of a slower start for Leviathan, but they're still testing the limits, I think, in a lot of these rounds. KRU, though, feels like they have a bit more of a structure, though, that allows them to, you know, have a functional game plan if things go a little bit wonky early.
There is an instant pit in mid from Spike, but it definitely could be dealt with if KRU want to be bold and go through it with a dimensional drift, or with more of the util from the fade.
Nightfall it, even, yeah. I would never do that off the side.
Yeah, they're going to clear it out right now. Dimensional drift goes through the pit, going to get the info on B. Cosmic Divide to cut it off, try and get a safe plant.
Wow, a lot thrown at this side yet. Nightfall at the back of B, and here's King, though, ready to fight for it. Oh, it's 2! Governor tries to step out, there'll be a third there, but Spike steps in. An Infiltrator, the back of the B side, has already seen much of this House of Cards come down. Spike, well, you can see where it is, corner of the minimap. Back over towards B garage. The Infiltrator has to flash and dash his way through, and Spike will put an end to it.
Nicely played from King, just finding that little pocket between the cloud, the one little safe space of a map available to him to catch off those players in main. The fact that he gets the second and that isn't a trade is...
Yeah, he's hit with that Nightfall.
Crazy, yeah. Adjust the crosshair back, we'll sidestep into the crouch.
It does feel like it was, what, just the Rays deep in the site. The Rays comp, by the way, something we're seeing a little bit out of Europe at the moment.
Yeah, and we saw, yeah, like Osboss was playing the Rays with the second on the Yoru.
Definitely not as, like,
I feel like I've seen it in
it's
Europe
not as in vogue as it was, obviously, maybe last year, early last year, prior to that. But finding a way in still.
I fast them through to get up towards ramp. Get their duelists inserted. Well, their ults expended that last round, but if Nags maybe gets the plant, gets Norb down, they could have a pit for a post plant. That could be big.
I mean, I don't want to downplay it, but that was Dimensional Drift and Nightfall and Cosmic Divide used in that one round, and they still lost it.
Yeah. Just all because of King. Just in that corner. Now some pressure's going to come into mid onto Neon. Can he get a kill out of here? Yes, he can.
I guess they shoot, no one's there. I get it. Infiltrator hinted out. He's going to have to pull out himself.
Yeah, forced away, and a lot of KRU's intentions on this round were to have Infiltrator in a great position to be a playmaker, but now he's just been completely nullified.
There's no map control. There's a fair bit of stall util that can still come from Leviathan here. KRU want to fight out of ropes?
It looks like they still want to work into this A split with Infiltrator on that A
What
side.
split though? They got no ramp presence yet.
Yeah, it's really just going to require Infiltrator to either get a sick opening or for the pack to draw enough attention for him to make a play like he's doing right now. Working up, should be able to get a free kill.
Nice. Infiltrator. Oh, that would have been perfect, but he's cut down by Spike. Very quick response from the young gun. It is Benji up and over the top. Spike being caught in that seas, he's still able to find a crucial frag. But we got 13 seconds left in the round. And I think King knows exactly what's coming his way.
He has had no reason to leave that B site. The other 3 players were able to leave. There's just no time for this to happen. KRU have to just hold on to the weapons and go into the next round. Have sadly had a few rounds go in this direction back on buy 2 on attack where they're just put in an unwinnable position and forced to go for a multiplayer save like that.
Yep. Let's see how this plays. So first kill's in mid. This is Neon getting spammed through the boxes and they don't fully commit to checking that corner. Sato gets out here and is covered beautifully by Spike.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really the fact that Sato gets out there is unfortunately the moment of the round that it's lost for KRU. And Infiltrator has been very good. That was a rare missed opportunity from him just in Kickoff generally, honestly.
Yeah. Sato's been very good at also getting out of danger very quickly with that Waylay mobility. We saw it on Bind plenty as well.
Neon has now decided to pick up the op, posted up towards A, and Lev can play with a multi-man setup towards mid now. Spike absorbing that pressure, and Sato is just able to fight right out of it with Refract. Get back out to safety, but okay, Spike on the repick does get punished by Governor. And it's just patience from Nagzet. Doesn't want to overstep, and certainly not in a round where when you know obviously the money is out of control for Lev, they can easily buy an op, so you can't just give them any free openings by walking into sightlines.
Neon just got to blue gate crash up. It's a pretty big difference maker. Can't get away in time though, Governor. We'll already deal with him.
Yeah, Neon's a little greedy there. He really wants to get a kill before the Prowler actually connects onto him. Completely obscures his vision, and he's punished for it. Governor's getting some good plays off in this round. Conversion Path's going to hit onto Nags, but not the other 2 players.
This is for Blows' benefit, I think, more than Sato's. He's going to try and get into elbow quickly. 5 spinner now. Infiltrator is spotted out.
A lot of damage onto Blows.
Man, still spotted out through those smokes. That's brutal. Now Nagzet alone. Blows might be low, yes, but King and Sato are still fighting fit. And that paranoia will affect Nagzet. Not that it matters inside that pit.
Yeah, trying to work himself into a cheeky position, but yeah, unfortunately, there's just so many Lev players. Someone's going to run into him. Someone's going to see him at some point there.
It's the loss of, I think, was it Governor there as well, who died just by screen. That little gap in the smoke.
Yeah, it was a good ult from Sato, like I said, to just set up Blows coming out of pain, catch someone who's potentially wide open in the site.
This one.
Oh, there.
Infiltrator it was, yeah. Hate to see it.
Thinking he would have had a moment to step into the pit, but one way was slowly. Like, there's a level of hesitation there, but they're making the right call. It's just needs more willingness to just push it into overdrive.
You got to commit to the bit. Yeah. So let's see it again here from KRU. Once again, it's a pretty standard emphasis toward mid. I like that. Poison orb lineup, nice and deep.
Prowler just to make sure that no one was hiding back box, and okay, MTA fast into the smoke. Nice kill onto King.
It's also, yeah, a lot of the stall util now from King, obviously off the table.
And they know where that op is at.
Also, the Prowler's been an issue for Neon.
Okay, and Infiltrator catches Spike. Oh my god. That is insane. I mean, Governor just obviously jump peeking, so the second player lower could get the kill, but Neon is just way too fast.
Now, without Prowler, with Governor down, your ability to force Neon off the line is kind of limited. You have the flash from Infiltrator, but it's uncomfortable playing a contact game against that entrenched Yoru would be, so they heading off to the A side, and they should be sniffed out here by Leviathan. It's going to be a hot minute, though, before they can actually mount a response.
And just given the lay of the map right now, KRU should be able to set up a pretty good post plan.
Yeah, how much control of the map can they get off the site is my question. This is an important fight to win, and Benji never stood a chance. Sato channeling his inner Arsena, wins that out convincingly.
What is the move here? They're kind of all routed into elbow at the moment. Infiltrator still has one flash to play with. And GA spots the gun barrel. Danger feels like he needs to retreat, doesn't know what's happening.
I don't hate the screen's presence.
Towards main. He didn't want to expose himself too much.
They've pinged Infiltrator spot. There might be a double swing off this. He's just not looking for it. Timing, maybe. Either way, the intuition's a bit off there for Infiltrator. Here comes the play down elbow. Nags, they're going to go and spray away, of course, with his Guardian. MTA able to split that double face up, but he's ready. Oh, my goodness. Fighting out of a corner. KRU keep it to within 1 round.
Crazy they were able to get away with that win, honestly. They were really struggling to take any map control. It was awkward in screens when Infiltrator was just not really entirely sure where to look. They didn't have info on everything that was happening. They got good picks early in the round, but felt like it wouldn't have been enough. Nice little play from Nags, though.
They have both mid players dead to right.
Nice, Nags! Oh my god, you're insane.
Sick little 2K.
And good call, bounce off towards that A side after, you know, having not a lot of information outside of the fact that there was a Yoru whopping at B. That was enough to convince them not to go there.
Bear in mind, LEV, they won the pistol round, so post-pistol, KRU have won the majority of the rounds. They're winning the gun rounds. Oh my god, Spike is lit up. Decayed down as well, in some serious danger.
Just unaware, I guess, that the boombox got behind him. Okay. Another dry peek onto a contact line that Neon was holding.
Neon is just always in a different spot, taking a different line. Little adjustments to the height, stood up there. He's just such a nuisance to deal with. I saw that the entire time on bind. He was just never opting from the same position, and then it's just so quick to teleport to pick up somewhere else.
Good
Nice
patience.
Another chance. These LEV players are weak.
So, adjustment of the crosshairs, pretty good. 2 is enough, you feel? Neon is already where he needs to be, exactly where he needs to be, and there's King. He could have pushed off that mailroom angle and took a fight there through the smokes. He doesn't. Patience pays off for the IGL.
Neon's Yoru teleport positioning and the lines that he's picking to reset up on for both maps are really top tier. Because util usage is pretty impressive in that regard. Just having a guy like that on your team, knowing when you're playing against LEV and they're on defense that there will or could be an off pointed in the direction you're heading at any given moment, with a guy that's basically never missing is just a massive threat the entire time.
Yeah, a player that's everywhere on the map and never misses.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just like this, just extremely obnoxious layer of difficulty then you also have to work through on top of everything else.
It's the next gen, folks. Watch out. Valorant's about to change. So actually some early A presence here. So KRU, given their weaponry, were hoping just to punish a push off of that part of the map, which we saw a lot on bind from LEV in fairness. They did try and capitalize there on extremities early by pushing up, but not so much this round. They know it's a little risky, and they know the buy is awkward for KRU.
Yeah, KRU just trying to
Showstopper
A, but they're going to walk into Sato, who's going to take that first shot, get away, and then after, Blow's top ramp ready to peek, but he's not smoked off, so Sato's a bit isolated. Again, these C's is fucking so good.
The decay was good, but who's going to be there to follow it up? Because Blows is already heading back. Maybe a call came to try and pull off that ramp area, but Sato was left stranded.
And now with that kill, with a showstopper available as well. Oh my god. Well, not as available as it was when I started that sentence.
Definitely less available now. It's clinging to his cold, lifeless grip. But
the KRU, they sent it on both the ults after that initial kill to win this round. Can't really blame them for that, right? Even though it's an eco. Neon getting the information, calls out the paranoia.
That's paranoia, but Neon appears within his effective range.
It's that new close range on the paranoia coming into play.
Spike down though, it's Governor and Benji. Considering how they started this round, it isn't too shabby, it's on Gov. Here's Decayed down. All one, either way, it's a strong win. Would have blown him over, and King has the shorty to get the job done. That's 7-4 here for Leviathan. KRU fighting well. Hard-fought rounds for KRU in this half, make no mistake.
Sadly for KRU, 2 of their actual round losses post-pistol have been the rounds where they used 3 ults again here. And you can't blame them for any of the ult usages, right? Sato is caught early, so they get that kill, retrieve another gun. All right, send it. Dimensional drift, get the showstopper off, but you can't predict that Blow's just going to one-tap you while you're satcheled up with a showstopper, and the Governor uses the Nightfall in the 1v1. It's all fine. Nothing, you know, there's no bad decision there, but LEV just still come out on top, hitting some crazy shots.
King reaching into his pouch for the next handful of catnip to throw for his Zoomers to chase. This is his last round of the first half. Nova Pulse there, very early from Benji, just in case it's a faster hit.
That ramp just getting re-smoked by King, so Sato can keep watch. Benji trying to ensure that there's no B main push, no one walking down mid.
This is very slow for KRU.
Yeah,
obviously, Cosmic Divide gets them into A without having to worry too much about you know, Heaven or screens potentially.
Yeah, they're trying to bait, you know, something out or get LEV to rotate. Maybe someone walks into them trying to get info. Neon, I mean, almost did, but now they're going to activate.
Okay, the re-smoke towards Heaven again. Oh, that's pretty illuminating info. I think, yeah, KRU gonna bounce back now over towards A. 38 seconds left. They've got to go for it here. Hard contact on the side. Blows with big damage on MTA as he crosses over, but not enough to find a kill. Nice little short pick there from MTA. Baits out the op shot. Neon might be alive, but he's in a bit of an awkward spot.
Barely alive, and Cosmic Divide still not even used for Benji, who is, by the way, in market over towards B. Bro is miles away, but he does send in the wall. MTA is lights out this round.
Everyone watching that wall. It's going to be on King, and this will be the start of a pretty insane ace. Cosmic Divide is obviously really going to slow up his plans of world domination.
Benji on the world's longest lurk, ready to activate.
Oh, that snappy start, but there's more where that came from. Naxet there, back behind screen on the side, below it's Gov. Spotted out, that's going to be Naxet getting the job done. All right, KRU get up to a respectable 5 rounds on this attack side. And honestly, we're able to walk up inside that A side essentially for free.
Yeah, that was not bad from them at all.
Where are you?
Pretty decent half. Governor had some good moments. That haunt was huge, but MTA here really steps up. Yeah, there was that little jiggle peek you called out for the re-swing to get the first, or the second kill rather, but that first kill in elbow.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Super heads up from
Good half. Good half overall from KRU.
Okay, now we have had that same level of velocity from them.
Want to see Neon activate here and what they have in store for us with Sato on these executes. KRU played out a pretty good attack half though, and they definitely still have the energy, and they were really hyped up winning some of those rounds. And now LEV to just 1-3-1, working into mid a little bit, and now it looks like they want to rework B main, where Infiltrator's gotten super aggressive, still has a little bit of time left on that gate crash.
KRU are clearing A main here quite aggressively. Spikes might actually get what he came for. No, they're going to be preempting this. Ah, goal! 2 for 1. Oh man, KRU just ran straight into the trap, and there was a gate crash back there for Neon, so a potential inclination to ping over towards that A side of the map anyway.
And now just slow from LEV, making a decision on where they want to end on this round. Infiltrator still posted up on B. KRU will definitely demand some heroics for him in this moment. No util to work with. Doesn't have a gate crash. He's just got to hit shots. That's it.
It's a bit of an off angle, I will say, so it gives Infiltrator an opening, sure. Spike with his 3rd of the round, though.
30 seconds
Heaven
left.
And Defense spawn smoked. We're going to walk up. Kind of a very standard 4 players up in the post line.
Yeah, nearly 2 kills. Sato pretty weak, but Nags on the long rotate. Feels like this one is almost all but wrapped up. Unless Benji could catch a timing, maybe on this rope player.
You won't check for this, no way. No, he's going to drop down straight on top. And he's going to find out the hard way.
Sorry.
Neon was waiting for him.
Yep, KRU just punished for the proactivity over towards A main, and Spike is going to get some easy kills there, especially when you see him on the cam. He's about 2 inches away from his monitor. You're never missing a shot that close up while you're also 2 inches away from your crosshairs.
Yeah, exactly. The double headshot, though, is pretty Pretty crispy.
Hey!
That's a pretty grim sign, though, for KRU, who really wanted to get off to the races early here, and it's simply them being a little starved for info on the A side of the map, pushing up. Spike got to feast on him.
5 classics. KRU want to do something adventurous. Time to go down mid, but they're going to walk into a double face.
Okay, like that.
Wow, and they win it out.
Hey, the Clicko's got some legs, bro.
Players are pretty weak running back, and they don't actually have an opportunity to get any of the guns, though. That is a major issue.
King was poised to punish.
Is Neon going to get caught?
No, Bell. Okay. Oh, a lot of these 2-for-1s we've seen. Okay, so numbers are even, and an Outlaw finally over to KRU. They spent 3 players on this endeavor, though, and MTA is definitely pretty susceptible to kind of any of the weapons remaining in the LEV arsenal. LEV don't really know where they want to end up, though.
And KRU don't know where to look. These last 2 players could be basically anywhere on the map.
Pretty hard to play hide and seek if one side doesn't know where to go and the other side doesn't know where to look.
MTA's holding the spawn flank angle there for a moment. Well, that smoke going
30
down.
seconds left.
Will they get one of them, surely?
Yeah, convincing KRU.
It has worked.
There's some B activity going on. That is
devious.
not the case.
That is devious. And King also is going to have both his smokes up here in the post plant.
Yep, just leaving Spike up
planted.
in heaven for the easy win in this post plant. It would definitely require KRU to do something more crazy because this setup is so difficult to beat.
It's going to be an average bonus round, though, for Leviathan in terms of what they're probably going to be able to bring in.
The King is one-shottable by the Outlaw, but Spike has the full armor as well, so.
They're super relevant.
One enemy remaining.
And that was MTA, already down to about 50
One
odd.
enemy remaining.
Okay, Benji. I will permit myself to believe. 35 points. Oh, dear. Well, you hate to see it. You hate to see it.
No longer believing, but, you know, at least he got the 1 kill. And they got a lot of damage done. They did do a lot of damage.
Yeah,
so.
only a Guardian taken out of the round, I think, by Spike.
Yep, that is it, so. Hey, they'll take that.
Don't mind this.
Crazy that they came up the winners of that fight in mid.
Yeah, I think if they'd over-pushed, obviously, in the King's position, they might have been in trouble, but they didn't go for the guns, tempting as they were. So it's 9-5 now, with KRU getting to buy out fully. And Leviathan, as you would kind of expect, have a bit of a patchwork assortment of weaponry. So where do they find best use of them?
Prowler over on A cleared out main, but Nags has been very passive over there, so it didn't even...
Yeah, I mean, Spike has been sitting in the back corner, so I don't know what that is supposed to tell you.
Yeah, they're just lobbing util over there. A Haunt came over as well, but I think Nags dodged it now. Or sorry, I meant Spike, sorry, playing. Yeah, playing fast. Sorry, I mixed them up in my brain. But yeah, and it was Governor then on the move.
Okay, Neon's got himself in a rope, though. He's going for it. Saturate deployed there, but Sato doesn't want to linger. Drew the paint shells out at least. But the extremities are still very slow. Spike's starting to get active now. King, though, not so much.
Toxin screen down.
Okay. You know, this is... Oh, what? Oh, the timing.
Oh,
okay, dude, really? Ships in the night. Okay.
But he doesn't go. That's crazy.
Portal closed.
All right. Well, Heaven now is where it's at. Prowler doesn't see anything as far as I can tell. Neon through smoke
left.
trying to spray down. Ah, spotting MTA. Okay.
Getting a little bit bold with the peak with the jump up there.
Surely this time we'll see each other, right?
Going up.
Well, Nagzet gives it one of the easier kills of his competitive career. Blows has a skirt around the edge of that grav well. There's only 10 seconds left for a plant.
10 seconds left.
He's trying to do some damage on the way out. Is the plan for Blows?
One enemy remaining.
And Nagzet will meet him in
Spike
the
down
middle.
A.
Leviathan going to concede around here to KRU.
Toxin screen down.
Again, it was a bit of a weird bonus anyway, but they keep the Vandal they came into the round with. And now they'll be up to full strength.
Yeah, clean though from KRU. Nice, easy round. Aggression over in Heaven was pretty mental. Not really any actual util coming through the smoke. They just sent it on the jump up.
Toxins going up.
Spike down A.
All right, let's get our bearings here now. So we're heading to round number 16.
Round 16, not one ult to speak of.
Yeah, still none. Honestly, these
Infiltrator's close, but that's really it.
very distributed kills across both sides. One variation is that you'll see Neon a little bit further forward here on A. So that's just another layer on top of, you know, Spike already being pretty passive on this side of the map.
And that Prowler was broken by the player in main, so Neon's position would go a bit more unnoticed. Gate Crash is going to expire soon. So how much does he want to commit
Portal
to this?
closed.
Governor jump peaks in season,
Time
so
to jump.
actually he has to renew the Gate Crash.
Smoke now going on mid, Prowler into vent. Lever trying to work ramp, work that mid section as well, but MTA just gets a free kill on Sato. Neon, I mean,
We're walking.
fellas, we're
walking.
We're really just walking into him right now.
Yep.
King says, my turn to walk into them at B main.
Crossing a road in New York City.
Okay, but I mean, sure, but this time they've killed them doing the same thing. Well, I mean,
Okay, now we're over on the B side. Forget about it.
Sure, I guess.
If just walking doesn't work out, have you tried just walking?
30 seconds left.
Plant here now for blows. Governor trying to get ahead of this.
Oh my god.
Beautiful little
He can just
two-piece
stick
here.
it. I mean, he wins.
He's too far away. There's no way that Spike is going to get here on time.
I'd win.
Governor gets it done. What a bizarre round.
I don't know what to make of that one. All right, replay operators, just give me the replay so I can talk over it. What? Yeah, this was just Sato went in just hard clearing the dark corner. Neon was
Satisfying.
I don't know what bro was doing, and then I mean,
I'm looking for like the
we walked into
util.
B heaven. King just walked out B
One
main.
enemy remaining.
Governor just
walks out.
They really real walk round.
All right, well, we've thrown that one in there. Now perhaps,
Some honest Valorant.
yeah, it was very gunplay focused kind of round, you would say. I'm sure the devs are happy to see it.
Face your fear.
All right, let's be off to the races here at B. Benji is going to get caught inside their Nightfall.
Straight up hit, has to fully retreat, but they do have that dimensional drift for the eventual retake. At the moment, no one from LEV is even in a flank position. Maybe a late reflank from King. Looks like he wants to activate that. But intentions are to get in right now. That sees with the nade is perfect.
Blow's not able to get away. Great combo. Now the dimensional drift is in. Pit's still up for now, but Lever down to 3.
Down to 3. King needs to be fast on this flank as well.
Beautiful from Infiltrator. That's going to bring the Pit down, and King is going to be late to the party. We can
He's with a
stick it.
stinger at that range. That's not the ideal flanking weapon getting into heaven.
It's got to be Lev time out time.
Now that was a good round from KRU. I liked what I saw there. That was the decisiveness, the hitting the go button that I want to see from them.
Yeah, it is time out time.
Benji gets out, and then they just flood right back in. No easing up of the pressure. Pit is going down as the spike is going in. They get this Season 8 combo. Dimensional Drift is already in there, spotting players. Nags gets that kill onto Neon. They're multiplayer faced in main. Like that. That's what I want to see from KRU. There's the pace, there's the decisiveness, the aggression.
But honestly, it's been few and far between in this map and in the series in general. But it's not too late.
Into heaven and flanking. But he also had a stinger, so it's going to be difficult for him to help win out a round from that position with the stinger anyway. That guy should be in the pit with the stinger, and he should have someone earlier in the round with a rifle flanking heaven. It was just, yeah, a weird situation. But anyhow, Lev gathered up entirely on the A side of the map right now. All 5 players. Couple stingers in this round. Bucky for the Waylay, who is in right now.
Oh, not good for Infiltrator at all. King with the stinger. Straight through the poison orb, but now an opportunity to collect themselves, and they're all going to sit under rafter. Resmoke to screens. Basically funnel KRU through this one entry.
MTA does have the showstopper. Maybe a free kill if he sends it towards hell.
I mean, the weapons aren't good for Lev to stop him in mid-flight, that's for sure. Okay.
That could have been a free one, but a straight whiff from Sato. 0 damage. Now if the showstopper gets an easy kill here, surely you check this right corner.
Here it
or
is.
just send an elbow.
And there he goes, blows instantly down. King knows still a problem. Up close with the stinger and spikes down to find Nags. It's down to Benji and MTA. Oh, Neon in the swing had the weapon for it too.
Diffusing.
Benji can only tap and hope to take a fight outside the smoke, but look at King has gotten in there, and there's no time. Benji is out of time. Nice fast hit for Lev. Position under Rafter, and even the showstopper can't put a damper on the round.
And Lev hit them with the triple teleport execute. Just every...
Waylay Yoru Omen,
all of them just teleport straight into the site.
And they actually have a dimensional drift now for a potential pit from Naxet down mid.
That's a crazy little Yoru play. That's what I'm saying. Neon has some tech with the Yoru. It's not just like straight raw aim, and he has really smart teleports on
Kinda
defense.
like
And there
Extra,
it was like,
right?
yeah,
Like,
just
reminds me of a bit of a specialist. They've got these tricks.
silly little, you know, I say silly in that it's funny, but it's good. It's like good little flash over the top, and then the triple TP, Omen into heaven. They're everywhere, man. But
Infiltrator over to an op here.
as is Neon. In these situations, it has been Neon getting the best of Infiltrator, but it's mostly been with Neon on defense and Infiltrator walking into him. So.
Gunner's played really well off this heaven position, though. Neon hasn't really been able to get in.
Yeah,
this round, no exception.
Completely forced
Toxin
away.
screen down.
Now trying to find some kind of angle to post up on. Playing mid, grouped up with this other duelist, Sato.
And King's been playing this B side. Like, he knows that he and Benji are bogged. Like, they are basically just there to provide the fulcrum.
Full 1-3-1. Lev just not committing to either side, keeping their options open.
They're going to have to probably pressure this heaven spot. Get a smoke in there.
All right, King is going back with the group up towards mid now. Dimensional drift.
Okay.
Going to be sent into B heaven. This is a fake though. They're taking a spike towards A. Sato is in and then refracts. He says bye. And then Yoru gets out of there as well.
30 seconds
Trying to
left.
go through towards A, but they're not that fast. KRU are getting their players back site. They're just now getting through heaven.
Lev can watch the cross, though. I think that's the issue now for KRU. They're trying to get past over towards screens, but they're being seen from heaven. And Infiltrator could be in trouble. Decay down, caught by the seas. There's Gup, though. Spike is down. Wayward spray from Sato. Then it gets very, very messy. Lev are down to 2.
Spike down.
And there's
A.
no chance to plant. That is KRU meeting Lev in the middle when it comes to pace. And they give them nothing in the early round.
Yeah, great response. They got players back site. Infiltrator was on the cross. Lev had a pretty good fake going, but then maneuvering back through heaven were just slow to get into the site itself. The KRU were able to match and I think exceed the pace. They totally understood what the situation was.
The money is boomed. I think Neon actually has a bit of a savings to sort of leverage here, but outside of that, that's a tough round for Leviathan. And again, they play a pretty default, right? 1-3-1, get up mid, and then just somewhat arbitrarily decide a site to hit. But KRU were quick on those rotates back from the B side. Naxet also was sitting on a pit, doesn't make use of it in that round, so we are going to see another round where, you know, someone like Neon is not going to have that dimensional drift anymore. It's going to be harder to clear. Neither Blows has a Nightfall either. This might be a chance to throw this down at mid and force Lev out to the extremities in that next gun round.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if we get out of this timeout another weird triple teleport kind of hit, a bunch of silly weapons, get shotguns and stingers in the mix type thing. Again, yep, there's your Bucky for Sato. Yep, there's your stinger. It's going to be one of those kind of rounds from Lev, and then on the subsequent one, they'll have the conversion paths. They could maybe even try to sync that up with King's ult, like use the ult to spot someone out and then hit them with the paths when we get to the actual buy round. Some kind of combo like that, but this time it is straight up hit B on the eco round.
Nothing in mid this time.
Prowler from KRU defensively gets no info on A, so rotates should begin.
Flash, TP in, Benji forced out, can't escape this time. All right, rifle recovered for Sato. B site, essentially locked down. Got to be careful, of course, of paint shells over on the plant spot. I think that's something that Blows is a little scared of. MTA for now holds that in Arsenal. It's a pit to flood back into B.
At the same time, you have to keep your eyes on Sato, who could just rip the convergent paths at any given moment. And he's got the lineup for it for spawn. That'll only hit Nags, though. It won't actually be that effective.
No way, okay. Neon trying to get something done there. Here comes a convergent pass. Spike off a flank timing. Sees the barrel, the Infiltrator. Crucial shot miss. He's going to try and take the shorty fight. And he wins it out. Now you've lost your heaven presence. Sato, though, onto the defuser. MTA was low, of course, having to fight through. Inside the pit, they are falling one by one, and Sato is getting his pick of the litter. He's got blows as well to rely on here. Time not on Nagzet's side. Gives it a tap. Surely not! What was that from Nagzet, man? No time in the round, but geez. Keeps it tight. Sato knows he's done enough.
Sato just in the perfect position, actually harvesting the freest kills because they keep trying to defuse in the little section that's in the pit, so he knows exactly where they are.
You can tell as soon as they tap it, yeah. Nice start to this round, yeah. I mean, process of elimination was pretty easy there for Sato.
One enemy remaining.
And that's just
This was a crazy play from Nags, but
I concur. I couldn't agree more.
I'm with him.
That's a big round to win, though. Just as it feels like KRU are creeping back in. That's another Levitan timeout round with another weird concoction. And Nagzet finally makes use of that Viper's Pit in order to get back into the site, but it's just a feature of the way that it's laid out that Sato has an easy time killing the diffuser.
Yeah. And it started with Benji trying to get out again like that previous round.
With the shotgun. Doesn't feel like there's much you can do as Astra. You try and get away, but he ran into the wall.
All right, KRU fully invested into this round. Whole economy on the line, pushing out of A with a fast play. Spike again, just passive, just containing. Gets the information on all that aggression from KRU, which LEV should be able to take advantage of by just taking space elsewhere. That's what they want to do. They want to get to be heaven.
Starts with quick reactions there, realized that he didn't really have the line to win that fight out, and that's the Astra down. Benji pushed off B.
I think he actually just got killed on a jump spot.
Oh yeah, look how deep that kill is. He didn't leave the side at all.
Posted up. And
Forgive me, Benji, not your fault. That is just Neon going deep for the frag. So that now draws Nagzet out of a position to play mid. KRU starting to converge there a little bit, and Levitan happy to keep them interested. Re-smoking that rope room. Gets chomped on. Seizing mid, MTK trying to play off, but does catch Neon flat-footed.
yeah, that was some nice little timing, and look at the speed as well from KRU. They're trying to get over towards this A site. Heaven is now smoked off, but the duelists are getting in. Infiltrator's ready to fight, breaks that halt straight away.
Got picked out there. No, he's kind of there though. Infiltrator down, MTK around the corner with the paranoia. That's not a good time for it. He gets pinched over an elbow.
Yeah, I love within that hit, King finally uses his ultimate to take a really deep space in the site. Yeah, no other option, and Gov gets the op, so have to take it into the next round. They invested everything they had right there. That was a good adjustment from LEV and good usage of King's ultimate teleport.
And so KRU have to bet their entire kickoff run on the save of these two rifles.
Toxin screen down.
One last round to try and stop Levitan without, of course, access to a timeout. Now, it's a dimensional drift and likely a showstopper they're going to be able to use in that round. But it's not going to be comfortable. An op, at least, for Infiltrator. They got the pieces. They're scattered, though. They don't quite fit together. They haven't quite fit together over this defense side. It's now or never. Otherwise, their run in kickoff is done.
Match point.
They could have two duelist ultimates in this round.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's also just...
Killed on the jump spot.
Neon is just getting into the coolest little positions, just subtle adjustments to where an opera would typically be playing from in order to find these shots. Like just getting a little bit wider than you typically would be allows him to just see way much more of Benji's character model when he's just rounding the corner on the jump spot. It's so nice.
Unlike yours truly, he's never reusing his material. He's always pushing himself to have a different spot to start the round, and Infiltrator is gone, folks. That was the operator.
How many first kills are Sato and Neon finding in this series? It is pretty outrageous.
Here.
There's so much that is rough about that. Dimensional drift now gone.
Yeah, it really looks like LEV are on the cusp here of getting their first series win, trying to go for this lower bracket run.
Now, LEV know they can really slow the game down. Look at these movements from KRU. They're starved of information, partially because of that poison orb being toggled in mid and nothing being shown at A. And so they've peeled Benji off of B. And that's pulled players out of mid, Nagzet namely, to try and cover.
Maybe if MCA can feel comfortable getting an orb, he can get that showstopper for the retake.
Back to mid we go. Now this could be anything really, but with where King is sat, you'd expect a B split. Let's see if that's where they land. The operator, of course, still at large. Governor was able to recover it. A Prowler's going to clear Nagzat away. That means Sato's not going to walk into someone holding a line again.
Oh my god, the clone just kicked his snake bite out the way.
That's crazy. It bounced off him. That couldn't have gone any worse. Here comes the split, but Governor's boots on the ground and finds a shot to slow Neon up. A little bit awkward range for the judge, though, and Blows is given a reprieve. He's going to be able to fight a little bit longer. Spike sees Benji come out of the smoke. That's the Astra gone. Spike is loose here, but Nagzat is about to be pinched. He's not quite aware of it. Needs to find both, and he's got the space. On the line, Spike sees him through the box, and now no time for the plants. Nagzat has done enough to keep KRU in the game.
Just couldn't actually get to the spike. It's dropped on rafters. So MTA is just... He's just chilling over on A, honestly. He doesn't really have to do anything. He's just relaxing, making his way over there quite slowly. Crazy opener from Sato. That good little hold here from Nags, pushing in and then adjusting the positioning there.
Nice!
And that kill on King is
stays alive.
massive.
He knows he has to.
Massive kill.
All right. KRU are still in this. Obviously still shaky economically because they've got no choice but to keep forcing. Two lots of half armor though. Keep an eye for this judge. Oh, never mind. I was going to tell you to keep an eye for an infiltrator, but again, the same things happen in this round.
Get him.
TA sending out that Boombot, able to get that orb, does have the showstopper now.
Guff doesn't have an off to pick off of Infiltrator's corpse anymore.
Yeah, this Infiltrator Dimensional Drift may never be used, sadly. May never be used.
MTA showstopper in the round, so for retake purposes, could come in clutch. Sato also close to Convergent. Honestly, frankly, a lot of these key ultimates of LEV are trying to close the game in the next round. They're going to have a lot to do with it. Their money's by no means sterling either.
Sato, no orb for him. It was already taken by KRU, so not going to get that ult at the moment. Just patient from LEV right now. See, again, it's just Spike is so passive over on A, just trying to contain for any pushes. He's been quietly putting up some numbers on this map, too. 21 kills.
30 seconds left.
All right, once again up mid. Once again, thinking about a split, though. This time it might be towards A. It's the stronger side, though.
These clones, man.
Where are we going?
Yeah, Sato is deep into this B site. It's just Governor on the cross. 14 seconds. I mean, the Spike is just trying to be scurried over there out of heaven right now.
They're going to make it in time. Yeah, they're really leaving their options open to the very last moment. But Governor ended up giving up the site and now has to try and get back into heaven. This looks like it could be cooked, folks. MTA with a showstopper, that'll be nice, but he's going to be on his own. He might run into trouble beforehand. Spike puts in the bed. And so it is Leviathan once again denying KRU ultimately the shot at an international showing. It's going to sting. It's an important location for many players across these two teams. The King and his